beloved of Yah. Welcome to Torah Gym, Sekula. It's always a pleasure to come and give you these programs every week. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. How many of us have heard that saying so many times, but do we really understand what it means? I quote Matthew 16, verse 19, and I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. The problem with this translation is that no one knows what the keys are because Yeshua nowhere tells us what they are. However, anyone living in the first century Israel knew precisely what he was talking about. Keys is a Semitic idiom meaning power and authority. Yeshua paraphrases Isaiah 22, verse 22, which also uses the word keys. Let me read it for you. And the keys of the house of David I will lay upon his shoulders, and he shall open, none shall shut, and he shall shut, and none shall open. The keys is a very powerful phenomenon. We don't see the relevance here, but keys are about authority and power. I will explain more. In this verse, the key is plural. In Hebrew Gospel of Matthew, published by George Howard, the plural form maftechot is used and not the singular maftecha, indicating a plurality of the keys that locks and unlocks the power and authority of YHWH. I have no room here to explain what these plural keys are. I will quickly tell you what they are. They are 7 keys. Now here they are: the Shem of YHWH, the Emunah of YHWH, the Korban of YHWH, the Halal of YHWH, the Mikvah of YHWH, the Torah of YHWH, and the Divan of YHWH. So in English, the name of YHWH, the faith of YHWH, the sacrifice of YHWH, the praise of YHWH, the baptism of YHWH, the instructions of YHWH, and the prayer of YHWH. Now I just want to say something here about the name YHWH. Now we know that this is the tetragrammaton that's in the Old Testament. When you go there and look at the Torah, you will see this name YHWH. Well, there's a lot of controversy on how it should be pronounced. So I won't go there. I will deal with this in another program. But today I just want to say YHWH to keep it simple for all of us. What I do want to clarify that this passage is not about binding and loosing angelic or demonic forces, as many have interpreted. How many of us have gone to teaching sessions where they quote this passage and it says, this is the passage about binding demons and casting out devils? This has nothing to do with that. The translation bind in our English translations creates the false understanding that Yeshua was granting authority in this passage to believers to command angelic forces or demonic spirits. This passage is not about this. These are Hebraic idiom expressions that have nothing to do with binding and loosing spiritual forces, although the renewed covenant Israel certainly imparted authority to believers over demons. Now I want you to understand something here. We do have the authority to cast out demons, to bind them, and to chase them away. But this passage, this particular passage, is not about this. So we've got to bring in the correct meaning here, the correct association. Kepha, Peter, was given authority to make decisions regulating the life of the assembly. Basically, the master was granting Peter the power and authority to create rules and regulations within the Torah community to bring order to the community at that time. What Kefa forbade, heaven would forbid. And what Kefa permitted, heaven would permit. It is as simple as that. The text was mistranslated when translators used the standard meaning of dien to bind and luyen to loose, when the context clearly showed that another meaning was in order. Now, the Hebrew Roots Version commentary explains the Hebrew and the Aramaic to loose, a Semitic idiom expression meaning to allow or forbid. The Talmud has this expression everywhere. This is how this text should have been translated. And I quote for you, "And to you will I give the power and authority of the kingdom of YHWH, and whatever you prohibit on earth shall be prohibited in heaven, and whatever you permit on earth has been permitted in heaven." That makes perfect sense. And the scripture, for the first time, as you can see here, means what it means. When you know the truth shall set you free. Baruch Hashem, YHWH. Hallelujah.